I get ready with me, I don't have any clothes now. I literally just have a t-shirt because I send off my dirty clothes to the cleaners. And so I'm really hoping by the time I finish this up, it'll be ready. If not, then I'm honestly gonna be stuck here. I really wanted to go down to the lobby, see if they have like a gift shop, but I literally only have a shirt and a robe and I'm not about to walk down like that. Also, just excuse my hair in this tutorial, like it's gonna be in a bun or in a ponytail the whole time I'm here. I don't know how to do braids, you guys. I just took a shower and I washed my face with a cream cleanser. It was actually my first time using it and I really loved it. So I'm trying a new serum, Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum. So I used to just rub it in and now I'm kind of starting to like rub but then also pat it in. Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. And something actually interesting is I used to use a lot more moisturizer, but I realized the only reason I was using so much moisturizer is because I wasn't doing these other things. I wasn't doing toner and serum, and you know, I feel like once you incorporate all the steps that are like vital to a good skincare routine, you don't need as much moisturizer as before because your skin is already hydrated once you get to the moisturizing step. Also like getting my eyelids. I think that's a spot that a lot of us neglect. Put just a little bit of this Radiance primer from Bobbi Brown. And with primer, I used to really rub it in. I still do, but I also do a little bit of the tapping and kind of really letting it go inside my pores. It's Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream with SPF 50 in shade medium. This was the foundation that I chose to bring. And I also did bring a little sample of a stick foundation just in case I didn't want to do a liquid. I really love this. This used to be my holy grail foundation. Thanks to my cousin, she used to hook me up with these. And as you guys know, Bobbi Brown is an expensive brand. And most of my stuff is drugstore, I'm not even gonna lie. So when I find something that's more affordable than, you know, MAC, Bobbi Brown, these more expensive things, I say why not, right? If it works the same, just because something's more expensive doesn't always mean it's better. I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics brush with it. This is the Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush. I kind of wanted to talk about traveling to somewhere where you don't know the language. Language is so important to communication. It's how we connect with others. Even though you don't understand something, you can appreciate it and you can like observe it, and it can give you a better understanding of yourself and your own culture. I also felt that it's just so cool to be in a situation where people are talking and you have no idea what they're saying. Even though they could tell I literally only spoke words here and there, they were still trying to communicate with me. And yeah, that lady and that gentleman were so sweet. Like, we all took turns saving each other's spot in line while we went and checked to make sure our bags weren't coming in. It was also really funny because as soon as I said a few words, the Spanish gentleman goes, "Wow, you have such a beautiful English dialect." And I was like, I was born in Tennessee, so sometimes I'm scared like a Southern accent is coming out. And he was like, "You just talk very clearly." And then he asked if I was Britain, and I was like, okay, I don't know if this guy knows what he's talking about. I would love to have an English accent. "How do you do, sir?" He was like, "Yeah, one of my colleagues, she's from California. I can't understand her for the life of me." And I'm like, I'm from California? So I'm glad to know that I guess I don't have as bad of a slang as some Californians do. Guys, remember, the more you blend out your makeup, the more flawless it's gonna look. So up until now, I've been blending with my brush, and now I'm just going to give it a nice pat with my blender. And of course, it's damp. That's like life-changing, you guys. If you haven't tried that whole damp beauty blender blending technique, you really have to. So I usually do concealer before I like do contour and bronzer, but I'm gonna try it the opposite way today because sometimes I've seen makeup tutorials and it looks really good when they just brighten here in the end. And today I have time to try something new, so why not? I'm going to actually go in with my Fenty Beauty matchstick in the color Amber. Gonna start blending that out. Guess what? One makeup product I wasn't able to fit. Setting spray. I just figured like all the other things I had in there were a little bit more important. And I already have like translucent powder and, you know, under eye powder for baking. So, I mean, I don't think it's that. I hope that my makeup stays on because it is humid and I did use pretty oily products. So pray that my makeup stays on, you guys. But if it's looking oily at the end, it's all because I don't have my setting spray. I did not bring one pair of heels. The number one reason why I did that was I wanted to dress like a Spanish person. So I literally looked up Spanish attire and they gave great tips. So they said, first off, Spanish people are not like Americans in which they always wear black and nude colors. They actually wear lots of bright colors. So that was my biggest tip right there, because I know, knowing me, like I love black clothes, white clothes, gray clothes, nude clothes. So I made sure to bring like more red things and blue things and stripes and kind of different colors, because that tends to be more common. They said wearing shorts is a dead giveaway you're American. Shorts are not really worn here. So they said don't wear shorts. I mean, unless you want to look like a tourist. So that's another tip for you guys. If you're traveling alone, if you don't want to stand out, look at what people wear and wherever you're going. I packed more colorful clothes. I didn't pack shorts. They said women are known for wearing like jeans, pants, or like dresses to their knees. So I brought more like flowy dresses. I didn't bring any bodycon dresses because once again, that's more of an American thing. For shoes, I brought sandals, which I was gonna wear around the hotel, but they're in my luggage. And then sneakers, which are my slip-on Via Spigas. Oh, I love those, you guys. I got them for myself for Christmas, and probably the best Christmas gift I got myself this year because I've been wearing them all the time. They're so comfy. I chose my Via Spigas over my Nikes. So that just goes to show how comfortable they are. And another thing is they're slip-on. So you don't have to worry about like lacing up your shoes or any of that during security at the airport. So it was so convenient. I felt like I was way quicker through the TSA line. And then the third shoe I brought is it's like a booty, laces up. It's a closed-toe shoe and it looks like basically just a chunky sneaker. So I thought I could wear that maybe in a night out or when I want to dress up a little bit more than just slip-on sneakers. Hey, I want to look like a Spanish girl. Until I open my mouth, I want people to think that I'm Spanish. And actually, when I went to Costa Rica, everyone thought I was Costa Rican. So I kind of like that about being Middle Eastern, because I feel like we get mistaken for a lot of other ethnicities, which I think is cool. I mean, who knows? I could be a small percent of whatever that is. I'm the worst at doing makeup tutorials because I end up just chatting the whole time. Let's keep on going. I'm gonna go in with my Ashy Contour, the Anastasia Light to Medium kit. I'm gonna go over where I just did my matchstick. You kind of need to build this stuff up because it's not that dark, which I love, you guys. I don't like contours that scream contour. So I'm just gonna talk about personally just some of my insecurities and I guess how I deal with them. I'm a very strong person and I'm pretty fucking confident. Like, I mean, you guys have seen me. I will film with my hair looking ratchety. I mean, you guys have never even seen my hair done. So that just goes to show, like, I don't really care about the way that I appear to others because I know what's within and I'm so confident in who I am as a person. Even once I gained so much weight, and thankfully I've lost a lot of it, but even then, I was still confident. I've never thought I was ugly. I will just say that. Like, I've always felt that I was an attractive person. And I don't mean that by the way I look. I just know that my heart is pure. I'm actually going to talk about all my insecurities, like from when I was young to at this moment, because a lot of them were planted in me from when I was young, and they are the same insecurities I have today. Others have gone away for some reason. When I was young, My biggest insecurity, you guys, this is the weirdest thing ever, was first off, my earlobes. Felt like I had such big earlobes. I would fold my earlobe and I'd be like, look, it looks so much cuter if my ear just was that small. My sister has the cutest earlobes. Like, they literally cut to right there and it's just so cute. So then it would keep me from like putting my hair up, it would keep me from putting earrings on, and then these little fat pouches here. I love the end of my nose, but it was just these little fat pieces out here. I was like, can they liposuction that? What was I thinking? I considered being a plastic surgeon when I was young, so I would watch operations. It would give me ideas like, oh, like I could do this, but I was never serious about it. Knew deep down I would never go under the knife because once again, I was pretty confident within. So thankfully, I didn't have really any insecurities about my body. It was really just my ears and here. The one thing I did care about, and it's something that is still a huge insecurity, but I accept it and I like joke about it. But first, I am going to start highlighting. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline concealer in 20 Sand. I've been kind of liking to use brushes. I'm going to go in with this kind of little angled brush, and then afterwards I'll go in with my beauty blender. The insecurity that I have, let's talk about it right now, is I feel like it has to do with my background and my culture. So if you guys don't know, I'm Middle Eastern, I'm Arab. And if you also didn't know, Arabs tend to be freaking hairy ass beasts. And what I mean by that is like, yes, we have beautiful thick hair and we have beautiful thick eyebrows, and everyone's always so quick to mention those things. They don't mention we have thick hair on our legs, on our arms, even on my face. Like, I wouldn't even call it peach fuzz at this point. It's something that's a huge insecurity of mine, like especially if you guys know me personally. I know I have sideburns. I'm gonna literally just say it and put it out there. I fucking have sideburns and I don't care because I don't want to maintain that. I love being a woman and I love makeup, I love fashion, but I feel like the pressure on women is just, it's ridiculous. Being a girl, you guys, it's tough, like especially in grade school and middle school. Oh my god, I was called hairy. I was straight up bullied, not just for that, but obviously especially with the whole 9/11 thing. Like, I was called terrorist, I was called all the above. I can even tell you guys experiences I had at the airport around that time. Oh my god. Comment below if you guys want that story time of how my sister and I were treated during the early 2000s. It literally freaked me out every single time after that going to the airport, because I was like, am I gonna be like totally discriminated against? That's just a whole nother story, so comment below if you want to see that story time. As a girl, I think we're more likely to compare ourselves to others because women's bodies and images and beauty is just like extra like magnified. Like, it's not like men. Like, men can gain weight, lose weight, have hair, no hair, beard, change their hairstyle, and there's not really much attention drawn there. Now, I'm not going to say that males don't have their own set of issues, because I think society also screws men up a lot of ways emotionally. Society represses men from showing emotion and crying, and they have all this bottled up energy inside because they're not able to cry and express emotions as openly as women are. But I know personally as a woman, I can speak on that, and all I know is from a young age, I was comparing myself. I was comparing myself to models. I was comparing myself to other skin tones, other hair colors, other this, other that, and that was what fueled my insecurity, was knowing that other girls got to shave, other girls got, you know, their eyebrows done or whatever, and I'm like, I want that. Like, I want to fit in. Like, I want to look like them. And of course there are options. Like, I'm not down to go to those extra means anymore. It's a hassle. Like, when you think of, I have to shave my arms, I have to shave my legs, I have to shave this and that, it's a good hour or two in there that you're wasting every time. I'm not down to have laser penetrating my body and giving me health defects just because of an insecurity. Not enough research has been done to really show the effects, and it hurts and it burns, and you need so many sessions, like especially for my thick hair, for it to even go away. I feel like I'm above that. Like, as you guys know, I don't really do my nails, I don't really do my hair. Like, I'm more about living in the moment, experiencing life, enjoying it, connecting with others, growing, self-discovery, investing. Those things get me going. I don't want to be enslaved to having to do something. If I don't go a week or two without shaving, I feel like I need to. I can't go out with shorts. I can't do this. I can't go to the pool. We've evolved into a society that's like all about image and all about look. I don't want to be trapped. I don't want surgery. I don't want laser treatment. I don't want to have to be more enslaved than I already am shaving. And for those of you who are going to comment like, oh, you don't need to continue shaving, like, don't get me wrong, I like having nice soft skin. Once again, I just said I'd love to not have sideburns. I'd love to not have peach fuzz so my makeup looks so nice, because I even notice like my highlight and sometimes even the powder comes out splotchy because of my peach fuzz. And I watch so many videos on YouTube that are like, oh, well, if you shave your face, like, your makeup looks so good. Not down with it anymore. Like, I've accepted myself. And I've also realized that this is part of me. Like, my hair makes me Rulla. I won't judge anyone. I think whatever makes someone happy, and if they're doing that thing for themselves, it's totally fine. Like, if my friend were to tell me she's getting surgery, obviously I'll tell her I don't recommend it just because of all the risks. And like, you can die anytime you go under anesthesia. I feel like people brush over that because now surgery is so common and I'm so aware of the risks. And the funny thing is, a lot of these people who perform these operations, if you talk to them, they don't get those things done themselves. Like, I can't think of one plastic surgeon who's gotten plastic surgery done. Actually, can't even think of one person who gives laser hair removal who's gotten it done themselves. If you're doing something for you and you're aware of the risks, then I'm so supportive and I'm so happy that you know what makes you happy and you're going after it, because that's all life is about. But I think personally for me, I'm happiest when I know that I'm me, I'm myself. Like, this is who I am. The more I can come to terms with myself and believe in myself and have confidence in myself, I think the easier it is for everyone else to also believe in me and find confidence in me. A lot of people might think I'm so confident. I have insecurities, and I have days when I'm like, I want to literally get my hair straightened and I literally don't want any hair anywhere on my body. But I get through that because I remind myself that this is me. These are my genes. They were passed down from my parents, my ancestors. Like, I should be grateful to be who I am. I think the older I get, the more I've just accepted life is not always about this image we portray to others, but it's more about how we feel about ourselves inside. And yeah, the more open we are with it too. Like, I don't want to be hiding with you guys and being like, because I was like, oh, my hair isn't done, I shouldn't film. Like, oh, I'm gonna put my hair up, like, they're gonna see my sideburns. Like, no, you guys should watch me for who I am. With that whole pep talk being said, I'm going to now set my face. I'm gonna go over it one more time with the Beauty Blender. Wow, I'm doing things all out of order today, but hey, we're in Spain, so it's time to do things differently. I used to never put blush on my nose, but I actually think it makes your makeup look a little more natural, because usually people tend to have a little bit of redness on their cheeks and a little on their nose. So I used to never do that. I'm like, why would I want blush on my nose? And then now I kind of like it. By the way, the blush I used was the only one I ever used, NARS Orgasm. Now I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me in Fair Light, and I'm just going to set my under eye. And also my eyelid. And the side of my nose. I am gonna be using quite more powder than I usually do, only because I don't have setting spray. Okay, you guys, I have a makeup dilemma and I want your guys' advice. I always have my smile lines creased. I've tried not applying concealer there. I've tried so many things, like even now I'm setting it. But do you guys have any tips for how to make sure your smile lines don't crease and give you guys those lines in there? And please don't say don't smile, because I literally am a smiling queen. And actually, it's a psychological fact that smiling tends to induce happiness, you guys. I actually learned about this when I was studying for the MCAT's psychology sociology section. Yeah, it talked about how some scientists believe that first we have a biological reaction. So let's say you walk into a birthday bash surprise. It would be your heart rate that rises first, and then that would induce the feeling of surprise. Other psychologists were saying that it's actually our mind processing, I'm surprised, and then it's the biological effects that go on. And then other psychologists were saying actually it's the action that happens first that induces the emotion. So they were saying like smiling tends to induce happiness. So that was their argument. I thought it was so interesting because there was no conclusive kind of answer, but basically instead there's different theories as to how emotions are generated, I guess, and displayed. So I thought that was so cool and interesting. I'm actually so into psychology, how the brain works and all of that. And I was actually thinking of doing like a psychology series, like maybe Psychology Sunday or Psychology Saturday, where I talk about like different psychology theories or just things in psychology that are fascinating, because I'm super into that. If you guys are also interested in psychology and that's not gonna bore you, then let me know in the comments. I really want your guys' input because once again, I have so many passions and interests, and I'd love to gear this channel towards, you know, whatever my audience likes and whatever you, the viewers at home, love to talk about, because I'm so open to different topics and ideas. So feel free to leave comments below and anything you want me to talk about, even if it's something I haven't mentioned, but you have a dilemma or you have a question or you want advice, any of those things I'd love to talk about. I used to love when we had debates back in like high school and college. Oh, those were my favorite. Like I know some kids hated that because they didn't like participating. Oh hell no, I would love participating in the debates and in the dialogues in class. I thought it was fun to like voice your opinion and to be heard and to hear opposing arguments. Like I'm so into that. I'd love that. This is literally the longest get ready with me ever. And the funny thing is I've probably only been doing my makeup for like 5% of it. Here we go. I'm gonna do my eyebrows next. I'm probably gonna be quiet in this process just cause. So now I'm going to get my NYX HD Studio finishing powder and just gonna put a little bit here, and I'm gonna go in just with a very fluffy powder brush, just kind of clean up under my bronzer and contour. Whoa, you can see the powder in the background. It looks like smoke. Hold on. I know you guys might think I'm putting a lot of powder, but this brush is so light that most of it just flies right off. If you guys are wondering why I'm burying my own water, let me explain. The number one reason I do it is because I get grossed out by eating food or like chewing something and then taking a sip, because first off, you're like spitting back in the water, okay? Second off, the water bottle then smells like whatever you were eating or chewing. Every single time I open a water bottle, I usually sniff it. If there's any scent besides nothing, I will not drink from it. That's like such a big thing for me. That's the number one reason I do that. The second reason, which isn't as common, but still, is if I'm wearing a lip product or like chapstick or whatever, I don't want that to smear off on the bottle cap. Once again, I find it gross, and why would I waste my lip product? So I'm like a pro birdier. I can literally do this shit while I'm driving, like, and I never spill on myself. I don't know if I should do my glow kit highlight. I use this all the time, but I also have this bronze highlighter from Bobbi Brown. It's called Bronze Glow. It's a highlighting powder. I haven't used it in a while, but it's so pretty. Like, I know it's pretty used up, but it gives such a nice gold glow. I'm gonna use it. I haven't used it in a while. Just a fluffy brush. This nice rose gold color, and I like going in with a very light hand for my nose highlight. For the liner, half red. Yeah, I think half red goes. Go in with my favorite NYX Butter Gloss in Praline. This is like my favorite gloss. Oh, I forgot to do brow gel earlier. So just gonna put a little bit of the Anastasia clear brow gel. Also, if anyone's wondering, these are stitches that go through my eyebrows. That's why I tend to usually fill this one out a little bit darker. I've never had any broken bones, so just those stitches. By the way, I was using my Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Full Fan Effect. I'm going to just put a tad a bit of eyeliner. Now I'm going to put eyeliner on. This is eyeliner that I get from the Middle East. I've tried every single eyeliner in America. It doesn't give me this amazing eyeliner with one swipe. Okay, you guys, so that completes my travel look for today. My laundry is not done yet, but I am crossing my fingers it will be done soon. And in the meantime, I'm gonna look up some places to eat because I'm getting hungry, and that's the first thing I'm gonna do once my clothes arrive. So thanks guys for watching, and I will definitely bring you guys along as soon as I get out of this room and start doing things, because I don't want the footage just to be all in this room me blabbing. I want you guys to see Spain as well. So stay tuned.